we're very guided by our own common goals, and I think that's doing cool stuff and making people feel good and leaving a good legacy for ourselves. So like this house for me, and then the other houses around here, like these neighborhoods I've walked around and been part of my whole life, and I will be for the rest of my life, and so will my kids. And so having a home like this that I can drive by with my kids and point to and say, hey, look, Daddy built that, is super special. Super special.
It's the 11th year of the Modern Home Tour in Austin, and being a hometown guy, we're thrilled to have you on the tour, given that you're making your mark the way you are throughout the city, especially on the east side. And we were talking a little bit earlier, and why don't you tell us a little bit about this particular property and what you've created here, and why?
Absolutely. Well, thank you for having me on the tour, by the way. And this is my 11th year in business, so maybe it's kind of fitting that it's 11th year of your tour. This particular project is a very special project to me. This is kind of the first big, awesome, splashy project that I feel like I landed. And I knew the moment I landed it that this was going to be a special project and that it was going to garner lots of attention. So the clients were from out of town, folks from Colorado, and this was a mother and a son, and the mother had gone to the University of Texas and really loved the Austin area. The son loved the Austin area too. The husband was no longer around. He was a doctor who passed some time ago. And I think upon his passing and everything, this is basically part of what he left his family, was the opportunity to do something like this. So they really wanted to leverage that to get back in Austin and be part of Austin. And so my client Jeannie, she contacted a gentleman named Glenn Chappelle, who's the architect on this project, and he went to the University of Texas with her. And she basically called up her old college buddy and said, hey, I want to build a house, and we want to do something really fun. And the reality is they did want to do something with Airbnb and that sort of thing, which I know is super popular right now. And I think some people have a good taste in their mouth about it, some people have a bad taste, and some people are kind of indifferent. So I think knowing that going into it, that was a real life variable to take in and consider. And also just how the neighborhood was gonna take to the home and the situation. So one thing that stood out to me immediately was that these people were not just in it to try to make a quick buck off of Austin, Texas. They really sincerely cared about the mark that they were leaving and the architecture they were leaving. And I don't even think they really understood the opportunity that they had to introduce how this neighborhood can be laid out for the future. This Holly Street 35 entrance is essentially the entrance to East Austin. What you see is some good and some bad with how that transitions. And I think that we wanted to feel like we were on the good side of that. And so these clients bought this lot, they held on to it, and kind of did some good study and evaluation of what they were going to put here. And then they found the right builder, which was me. And I was fortunate enough to get it. I'm a hometown guy that went to high school like probably 5 minutes from here. And who should be building houses in Austin, Texas? I should. And the end goal is to make people feel good and special and happy and peaceful in these homes.